Hello students, a very good morning to you. Today we will continue our chapter 5 of class 12, that is Principles of Inheritance and Addition. In the previous class we have already completed the deviations of Mendel's law, in which we see that how law of incomplete dominance, law of codominance are deviated from Mendel's law. Today we will study about chromosomal theory of inheritance. Means this theory tells us about how chromosomes are the major factor for carrying genetic characters, means parental characters, from parents to their offspring. So let's see how and who gave this theory and what is its importance and what result come from this theory. As we know that Mendel's work on inheritance was done in 1865, but it is unrecognized up to 1900. Mendel proposed his theory, means law of inheritance, was done by Mendel in the year 1865, but it is unrecognized, or it can't be published, or recognition can't be given to Mendel due to some certain factors are responsible for it. We will explain this. You just remember, in 1865 Mendel gave his theory, and in 1900 it is again rediscovered by some scientists. So what is the reason behind it that Mendel's theory was unrecognized? There are several reasons. First reason, question will come, why Mendel's theory of inheritance? The question is like this: why Mendel's theory of inheritance was unrecognized, and you can write the answer like this: as the transportation, or sorry, you can say communication was not so much developed. First point you can write, due to communication, means communication is not easy in those days. Like nowadays we have a good communication through television, newspaper, radio, internet, etc. But in those days there is no communication facility, due to which Mendel's theory can't be re-established or can't be recognized. Or we can say the second reason, Mendel said that some factors are present, means this is later called as gene, but before it Mendel termed this as factors. Some factors are present which carries the genetic character. The second reason is he can't explain about the factors. He can't explain about the factor, but he used to say that there is some factor which carries the genetic character or parental character from to their offsprings. Third reason we can say that due to at that time also we can say as Mendel was a mathematician, so he uses many mathematical terms in his theories, due to which many biologists can't accept this. Means the third reason, he was a mathematician, due to which other biologists can't accept his theory. This is the third reason that Mendel's theory can't be established in that time. So this may come in your 3-mark question, and you have to write these 3 points why Mendel's theory of inheritance was unrecognized. First reason is communication is not easy in those days like now. He can't explain about the factor, means about gene. He also as he was a mathematician, so many biologists can't accept his theory because biologists have some different opinions when compared to Mendel. So these are the reasons, that's why his theory get unrecognized. But in the year 1900, again Mendel's theory of inheritance is rediscovered independently. Mendel's theory of inheritance, Mendel's theory was rediscovered by some scientists. As I have told you that Mendel is the father of genetics, because whether his theory was wrong, but still he gave an idea to know how the characters transfer from one generation to another generation. That's why when some other scientists come, they also want to know which substance or which factor is present inside our body that is helpful for transforming these characters from one generation to another generation. That's why in the year 1900, means which is published in 1865, it need 35 years to rediscover, and after rediscover of his theory, and the scientists who rediscover are De Vries, Correns and von Schermat. Clear? So one is De Vries, then Correns and von Schermat. These three scientists independently rediscovered Mendel's theory of inheritance, and again they started studying about Mendel's theory. And at that time it is so easy to know that how the characters transfer because of the development of microscope. Means more powerful microscopes are invented till 1900, and in the year 1900 De Vries, Correns and von Schermat independently rediscovered Mendel's theory, and to know how the characters are transferred to one generation to another generation. Whether they are rediscovered the theory, but the experimental proof on how characters transfer is given by T.H. Morgan. Clear? But before this, the experiment was done by that is Boveri, Sutton and Boveri. Let's see. Here again I am repeating. Mendel's theory was given on 1865. It needs 35 years to rediscover. Again it is rediscovered by three different scientists, De Vries, Correns and von Schermat. Again, why Mendel's theory of inheritance was unrecognized because of these reasons, and again that experimental proof is given by the scientist Theodore Boveri. In the year 1902, the experimental proof, experimental proof. Listen students, here one mark question can be formed, rediscovered in 1900, but experimental proof is given by another scientist and rediscovered other scientist. So experimental proof is given by Boveri, Theodore. He gave the experimental proof on the behavior or how the characters transfer. Clear students? So as Mendel said that discrete unit. So what is that discrete unit? That discrete unit is called as chromosome. And he found that chromosome is exist in pair, gene is also exist in pair. And when gamete formation during reproduction, both chromosome get separated chromosome gets separated and the gene present in the homologous chromosome also gets separated within the separation of the chromosome. Means when gamete is formed, the chromosome get reduced. Within the chromosome, the gene get reduced, and inside the gene, the alleles are present, two different alleles. These two different alleles also get separated from each other. And he found that the behavior of chromosome is like or is same with the behavior of gene, as they are exist in pair, and due to their pairing during gamete formation they have only single, means the chromosome is half and the gene is half, which I have told you. Clear, students? So chromosome as well as gene, as I have told you, both occur in pairs. So during their division they start separating from each other. So how this chromosomal theory of inheritance given? The chromosomal theory of inheritance is given by including or by combining the Mendel's principle of inheritance, that is called as chromosomal theory of inheritance. Clear, students? So next we can say, to know this, how chromosomes show their division pattern, T.H. Morgan, means Thomas Hunt Morgan, T.H. Morgan again did his experiment on fruit fly. We are studying about chromosomal theory of inheritance. So you have to first need to define chromosomal theory of inheritance. So we can define when Mendelian principle is combined with the knowledge of chromosomal segregation. Means when Mendelian principle is combined with the chromosomal principle, or we can say the segregation of or knowledge of segregation of chromosome, or with the knowledge of chromosome, combiningly called as chromosomal theory of inheritance. Means without Mendel, as I have told you, that Mendel gave an idea due to which other scientists do various experiments to know which factor carries the genetic character. So here, when Mendelian principle is combined with the knowledge of chromosomal segregation, means the how chromosome gets segregated from each other, means get separated from each other. The idea is combined to make chromosomal theory of inheritance, and this theory is given by, or experimental verification of this theory is given by T.H. Morgan, or we can say as Thomas Hunt Morgan, T.H. Morgan. Clear? By the help of Sutton and Boveri, and they argued with the Mendelian principle that during the segregation, first you have to write the scientist name Sutton and Boveri. Sutton and Boveri, and he said that the chromosome and the gene have the same behavior. The chromosome and the gene have same behavior. So if I told you in detail, actually chromosomal theory of inheritance is not only given by a single scientist, many scientists are involved in this. The main idea is given by Sutton and Boveri. Clear, students? But the experimental proof is like in the previous topic I have told you. Here the experimental proof is given by T.H. Morgan. This may come as MCQ. Experimental proof given by T.H. Morgan, where Sutton and Boveri gave the chromosomal theory of inheritance, arguing that the separation of chromosome leads to separation of gene. Clear, students? So what is the argument of Sutton and Boveri? They said that when chromosome gets separated, then gene also gets separated. So to know this, the experimental proof of chromosomal theory of inheritance was given by T.H. Morgan, and he did his experiment on Drosophila melanogaster. Drosophila melanogaster, or which is called as fruit fly. Drosophila melanogaster is the biological name. It is called as fruit fly. Mendel's experiment was on self-crossing plants, pea plants, or asexually reproducing plants. But if sexual reproduction occurs, self-cross occur means no variation can seen. But here he take Drosophila melanogaster for his experiment as they are sexually reproduced, and they want to know what will happen if sexually reproducing organisms, or how sexually reproducing organisms transfer their genetic characters to their next generation, whether they will follow Mendel's dihybrid cross or monohybrid cross, whether the phenotypic genotypic ratio will be same. To know this, like Mendel, he worked on pea plant, but here T.S. Morgan worked on fruit fly. Again the question arises, why they work on fruit fly? Here the question arises, why Drosophila, why they work on Drosophila melanogaster or fruit fly? There are also various reasons for choosing fruit fly. First reason is it has less lifespan, means it can survive only up to 2 weeks. Means the lifespan of fruit fly is for 2 weeks. Second reason, it can be reproduced in the synthetic medium in the laboratory. Clear students? In the synthetic medium in the laboratory, they can grow in a synthetic medium in the laboratory. Third reason, a single mating or single cross gives more progeny. A single cross gives more progeny. Means when a single mating occurs, then it gives more progeny. If progeny is more, we can study many characters. Fourth reason, its male and female are distinctively or identified clearly. Male and female can be identified clearly. How? The female of Drosophila melanogaster is larger than that of male. Means the female is large and the male is small. This is female and this is male. So they can be easily distinguishable. Clear students? And they also have variant hereditary characters. They also have variant hereditary character. Let's explain this. I have told you Mendel chose pea plant. As pea plant have some advantages for doing the experiment. Here T.H. Morgan chose Drosophila melanogaster or fruit fly. It has also some advantages. That's why he chose. The first advantage is it has less lifespan, means it survives or it completes its lifespan within 2 weeks. Clear? Second reason, they can be grown in the laboratory, means in the laboratory we can see their overall development, means completing their life cycle. Then a single cross gives more progeny, means when mating takes place between two Drosophila melanogaster having one male and having one female, then they get more progeny. As you know, more is the number, more characters can be studied. So this is the third reason. Fourth reason, male and female have distinctive structures due to which they can be easily identified and taken for experiment. So female is larger in size and male is smaller in size. Again, they have variant hereditary characters, means they have so many changing characters, due to which we can able to know the more about their different characters. Clear, students? So after Morgan's cross on Drosophila melanogaster, he found some extremely astonishing changes. He saw that after crossing that Mendel is completely wrong. So how Mendel is wrong? Mendel after dihybrid cross or after law of independent assertment, what was said by Mendel? Mendel was said that during or law of independent assertment said that the characters do not segregate with each other. The characters do not blend with each other. But here they gave, T.H. Morgan gave the result after crossing with Drosophila melanogaster two extra things, that is, one is linkage and another is recombination. These two terms was given by T.H. Morgan after working on or after experiment on fruit fly. So what is linkage and what is recombination? Let's see what is linkage and what is recombination. As we know that, like human beings, like in case of human beings, the male has XY chromosome and the female has XX chromosome. Same, the chromosome is found in the Drosophila melanogaster, and they found that during chromosomal segregation, means when the chromosomes get separated from each other, majority of characters are taken by the sex chromosome instead of autosomes. Remember, students, T.H. Morgan found that majority of the parental character is found to be carried by the sex chromosome, not by the autosomes. Autosomes also carry characters, but all the characters of parent is carried by sex chromosome, due to which we always, or when we test our DNA, we resembles with our parents, because through sex chromosome we giving our characters to our offsprings. Means if the X chromosome come from the mother, then mother gives all his characters to the offspring, and when come from the father, then father is also gives all the characters. That's why majority of characters are transferred to their offspring through the sex chromosome, not by the autosomes. This is given by T.H. Morgan after crossing with the Drosophila melanogaster. So what is he found? He saw that his cross was done between, as I have told you, Drosophila melanogaster. So he take two different type of species. In you can follow your NCERT book, as taken as group A and taken as group B, in which he take different characters. Suppose red-eyed and black-bodied, or blue eyes, yellow-bodied Drosophila melanogaster are crossed, and after crossing he found that linkage. How we will define linkage and how we will define recombination. Linkage means, suppose this is chromosome. Let's see, this is chromosome. Suppose this is chromosome. If the parental characters or the genes are lie close to each other, this shows linkage, and this shows recombination. You can notice this one is for linkage and this one is for recombination. No need to do the whole cross. You just remember this is linkage. For more clear, you can see. This is a gene, this is a gene. Here this is a gene, this is a gene. You can notice the gap. Suppose this is 1 centimeter. The gap is 1 centimeter. Here the gap is 10 centimeter. So in linkage on the chromosome, the genes are associated very close to each other, due to which non-parental characters seems to be less. Means only parental characters are present in the linkage gene. This is linkage in which genes are closely arranged. This is recombination in which genes are distantly arranged, due to which in linkage parental character is more. You can define in linkage parental character is more. Parental character is more. But in recombination non-parental character is more. So I think you understand. In linkage, genes associate with close to each other and they show more parental characters. In recombination, the genes are associated apart from each other or in a distance. So here the gap is to be filled and they are filled by some non-parental characters. So you can say in linkage parental character is more and in recombination non-parental character is more. So this is the main difference between linkage and recombination. So linkage gene gives more parental characters. I am repeating again and again. Otherwise you will tell me, explain again linkage and recombination. So listen attentively and you also watch the video attentively. And during watching you can follow your NCERT book. In linkage, the genes associate on the chromosome very closely. They lie very close to each other, due to which they show more parental character. But in recombination, the genes are arise in a distance. Here I gave, suppose this is the gap which is called 1 centimeter. Let's think as 1 centimeter, and here let's think as 10 centimeter. So here more gap is present as the genes are present apart from each other, due to which here some non-parental characters will come. So we can conclude that in linkage parental character is maximum, whereas in recombination non-parental character is maximum. So this is all about your linkage and recombination. Clear, students? So in the next class we will study more about this topic. For today this is all about chromosomal theory of inheritance.